I would like to I'd like to call the Board of Selectmen special meeting for Friday, September 12th, 2025 to order. We only have one agenda item. Well, we have two public forum, but the main item on our agenda is discuss and take action to award tee box renovations to 8 holes on the Guilford Lakes Golf Course. Is it just tee boxes or is it tee boxes and greens?
Tee boxes.
Tee boxes. Good. All right. I don't think there's anybody from the public at this point who wants to comment in public forum. Anyone? 3 times. Right. Item 2, discuss and take action to award tee box renovations to the 8 holes at the Guilford Lakes Golf Course. I think we all understand what this project is about, and it's repairing a significant repair to the tee boxes as a result of an unfortunate situation with a binding agent on fertilizer that rendered those tee boxes somewhat useless. So I know Steve Berry as chair and Ted have been working hard to pull together. I guess Vicky's also been of a good deal of help as well. To try to pull together the plan. So you want to just quickly talk about the remediation plan, how it's going to work, and what you're asking us to approve.
Sure. I'll let Ted speak after in a second. I just first want to thank you all for allowing this special meeting and getting this project underway, hopefully. The reason we want to get this moving as soon as possible is it's the perfect growing season for grass. And we've closed the course for since September 1. So not to have any further damage to the course after what was done through the bonding / wetting agent that was used. We've gotten, Vicky and Ted have received quotes for not only the labor to remove the sod that's on the tees. I would say grass that's on the tees, but it's really not grass or sod anymore. And
Looks like cost. Looks like my yard.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's yard, I think. There's a cost for the labor to do that from an outside sources. We've got a wide range of pricing bids for that, and which has been presented to everybody. Also, the cost for the sod to put down in place. The labor will do the removal of the current grass and put in the new sod as well. The cost is detailed in both different quotes. One's around $19,000 change, and the sod's around $10,000. But the details are in the quotes. Some of the costs can be offset by capital. Well, first, the golf course had a capital budget item for a lawnmower that cost $42,000 that was on the capital plan for 24-25 that we're going to forego and turn it back to the town, and which will help offset our overruns last year. I think we had an overrun of $64,000 in that range. So secondly, we have a capital budget number of $81,000 for this fiscal year that we can use monies from that capital account to help offset this cost. And whether we get the item that we wanted to get at a lower price and still make that sweeper happen, that the sweeper was a $81,000 product that the capital budget was approved for. But we want to give some of that money back to the town to use for this project. Obviously, our revenue is going to suffer because we closed in September. The average revenue for the past 2 years in September, October 21, 14, so close to $70,000 in revenue estimated is going to be missed this year. And that's another reason for closing the course. Not that we wanted to suffer from a revenue perspective, but get it repaired and possibly open again late October. Maybe not, but it'll be in perfect shape for the next spring. And we could possibly open earlier in the spring than April 1. That being said, I can let Ted address how the process would work. In terms of the replacement of sod and what he's already done to repair the greens.
Um, regarding the scope of the work, that we're gonna be talking about for the renovation product. Basically, they're gonna be, stripping the old sod off of the tees. Re-leveling the tees and basically, adding a little bit of topsoil to make sure everything's level and then resodding the tees. That's the scope of the work that we're talking about here. For the project. Other work that I've been doing is, reseeding, all the greens have been reseeded and all the fairways have been reseeded. So those are presently actually coming up right now. So that's kind of where we're at as of right now.
Right, so the approach you, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we first went out and got some bids for contractors to do the whole work. Strip it, buy the sod, plant the sod, etc. But it looks as if we're going in a little different direction this time. So how are we breaking this out? We're buying the sod, is that what I understand?
Yeah, I mean, when we went out for all the quotes, they just gave us the labor for the work. For them to actually bring in the labor to actually strip the sod and actually do all the work. To the tees. We're buying, actually the supplier is gonna be dropping off topsoil. We're picking up some top dressing material and we're buying all the sod. So we went out to bid because it was over, what, $10,000 or over 5,500, right? We had
7,500.
7,500. So, because we were going over that, we went out to bid for the sod, just so we would all know what that price is. Which is roughly, around 10,000 after the 3 quotes came in.
Just again, I'm a little surprised, the prices for the complete job, which included the labor, which we're still gonna pay these folks for. I would have thought that these companies would have been able to get the sod at a cheaper price than we do because they buy in bulk and in volume, but it didn't seem to work out that way.
No, I don't think so, because, the sod companies are all, they're all separate entities.
We're buying sod wholesale. We are going to go direct to the grower
Okay,
as opposed to, middleman. So I think the price we're getting is maybe not as great as a price that someone's buying acres of sod, but it's a matter of pennies, I think.
All right, Vicky did ask her about like a state bid, since we're buying the sod, just to make sure it's our lowest price that we can get.
all right, other questions?
Yeah, I do. Forgive me, the attachments are not laid out in a way that I can understand what the different bids are, what the different pieces are, and how it all comes together. I don't know if that's something you can walk me through, or am I looking at it wrong, or maybe I don't have all the attachments. It's just a whole bunch of stuff put together into a PDF. And I'm usually pretty good at deciphering these things, but it's hard for me to see apples and apples, what the different bids were and what we're doing and what someone else is doing. So if you could summarize that would be great.
Give you a quick rundown. The
Well,
sod
no,
cost.
Ted, I'm sorry, not a quick rundown. I want to have all the numbers.
Yeah, no problem.
Why don't we start with the bids that
Okay.
we got when we went out to bid for the
Sure.
whole project? Let's start with those. Does that be helpful, Sue?
Yes.
When you say whole project, are we talking tee boxes or the work that we done internally with the reseeding?
No, what I wanted to do was just review the quotes that we went out for, the scope of work for those
Correct.
quotes. And so that's, you're right, that would answer your question.
Yes. And is that the document entitled sod quotes and other estimated materials? Is that what I should be looking at here?
Well, there are 3 separate quotes, one from Harborview Excavation, one from Stonehenge.
Correct.
And then, I guess Tuckahoe Turf is not really a bid, so we're only able to get 2 respondents on bids.
Winding Brook.
Yeah,
That's-
Winding.
So Scope of the work was being performed by AquaTurf, okay, company which built a tee for us last season.
Right, let me back up.
Yep.
The first thing we did was we went out and asked companies to do the entire project,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Let's start there, review those numbers, and then we'll talk about the decision that was made to split the project up into the two, labor, and then we buy the materials, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that the process that we took?
Well,
The original
Let-
ones, I didn't think they included sod.
yeah, let me correct that.
Yeah,
Okay.
There were-
okay.
Sod materials were not included in the first quote.
Okay,
Only the labor to do the removal of the tee boxes and then application of the sod. They did not include sod in their quotes.
okay,
It was always separate, always.
okay.
Yeah.
I had thought I had heard something different at the outset, all right? Okay. All right, and that, my apologies. So, yes, Stonehenge, Harborview, and who's the third, Winding Brook or
No, it's called AquaTurf.
AquaTurf, that's,
Those are our three contractors.
okay. All right, go ahead.
So AquaTurf was at 15,300. Harborview was at 57,392. And Stonehenge Landscaping was at 82,750.
And
So
those
those
are
are-
all for the same work?
All for the same work.
That's crazy. Why,
It is,
why,
yeah,
all-
that's-
why the huge differences?
Yeah,
Correct. And we said the
Wha-
same.
Yeah, what,
The job on the 17, 15, 13,000 last year.
So those were our three
Oh,
quotes
yeah.
for our work. And the low bid, which was AquaTurf, actually redid one of our tees last year. That we had, that was one of our projects that we did last year, and they did an excellent job.
And last year, when they did the 7T over, they not only leveled the tee boxes.
Yeah.
The tee box, but they also expanded the tee box, lengthened it.
Yeah.
And their cost was in the $13,000 range.
Yeah.
So this is not as much, I mean, obviously 8 tee boxes are much more work, but not the same detail that went into the 7T.
It was a rebuild job.
all right, so I am looking at all three of these here. AquaTurf says you'll strip all the old grass, debris off the tees, re-leveling all areas with laser guide equipment, minor soil work where needed, prep the areas, install supplied sod, remove all debris on site. That's the scope. For Stonehenge, it's very similar. Remove existing turf from tees and haul to an on-site dump. Add soil as needed to level tees to blend into existing rough areas. Prepare for sod and install sod provided by others. Relatively similar. Harborview excavation, renovate all tee boxes except hole number 7, which everybody's doing. Strip the sod, haul away existing sod, regrade the tee surface, add tee mix where needed, install a sod 22,000 square feet. And the price for them is 57,392. So you're absolutely right. What I can think of is these folks know we're in trouble. They throw crazy bid numbers out. And also, it defies logic. In the old days, these would suggest these people really don't want the business. They can't do the business, but they'll put a crazy number out there. And if they get it, they get it.
so I guess the takeaway is we're comfortable that the low bid isn't leaving anything out.
Yeah,
That's the main.
at least the scope of work is consistent with what
Okay.
everybody else had. And we also have worked with these folks in the past.
Last
Yeah,
year.
experience, and they did a wonderful job at the
Alright.
set price that they did.
And we had an extensive meeting, we met and had the same discussion about the bids and felt confident that the company could perform the work.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Does
So that's
does that
nine.
help?
Yes, yeah, so that explains that part of it. Okay. That's 19,800 for AquaTurf.
Correct.
Okay. And then,
And then the sod, because we anticipated that being more than $7,500 with our original quote. We asked the golf commission to go out for quotes for that which
Okay,
Ted can go through as well,
and that's the other document here.
the
Okay,
other document.
all right,
Yep.
got it.
So
Okay.
do you want to talk sod, just the quotes for the sod?
Let's
Sure,
talk.
let's talk.
Okay. So we have three bids on the sod. Winding Brook came in at $10,048. Tuckahoe Turf came back at $9,400, and Sodco came at $11,004. There is a refundable charge on Winding Brooks when they do return the pallets, which is a discount of $720. So they're actually the low bid for the tee box. I mean, for the sod.
All right. Just let me clarify something on this sheet, this
Yeah.
comparison sheet. Winding Brook includes delivery charge and refundable $720 pallet deposit. Tuckahoe is plus pallet deposits and fuel charge, so that would be on top of the,
Correct.
Got
Yeah,
it.
and
Okay.
they don't give us that number, but I'm just saying it is gonna be more.
so the net number. You got it.
Experience with different companies is.
Who have we worked with in the past?
We've worked with Winding Brook. They're a Connecticut company. These two other companies are in Rhode Island. So they are doing delivery charge, but they are gonna give you more for fuel surcharge, which it says in their bill.
Yeah, so the net cost is like $9,318, I think, when it's net of the deposits.
Correct.
30, sorry. Okay. Any other questions?
Yes, I have some. At
Got
the last, hi, everyone. At the last time this was brought up, there was some discussion about golfers, and I don't have all these facts and figures because I don't golf, but are there some Guilford residents who paid a fee for the season?
Yes, there are
So what has to,
approximately 100.
okay, so, and does that season include the month of September?
Yes, it goes from our season, which is April 1st through the weekend after Thanksgiving.
So what has the commission thought about some restitution to those people?
In our last commission meeting, we felt that we might get the course back operational by mid-October. That was wishful thinking, I think, given the fact that we're well into the month of September and haven't put down the sod yet. So we calculated the, being out for 6 weeks or so and offer a discount for anyone that was to buy the next year's season pass. We call them season pass holders as opposed to members, and the
Okay.
season pass holder would get a discount for the next season when they
So,
buy their annual pass.
okay,
All
yeah,
of them or just the ones that from this year?
Just those that were.
Yeah, just from this
Just
year.
those who had them this year.
Yeah.
Right.
so now they're losing more than, they theoretically have lost everything after August 31st because of.
Well, we don't know yet. We don't know yet. There's a possibility that they could open if the sod takes and the grains come back quickly enough that they may be able to open up in October.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm
So-
saying, I mean, I think the solution is a good one, what you're offering. But if it does extend beyond the 6 weeks, I think then the discount could be a little deeper, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yes, I understand, and strong possibilities. It's going to be a little longer than we anticipated at our last meeting. And if that's the case, we can prorate that number, increase the discount value.
Right. Okay, thank you.
And
That was-
Sandy, just to put this in some context, most of the folks who buy season passes are getting a deal that you can't believe. These are people who are playing 2-3 times a week, and their cost per round against what the normal greens fee is provides a significant discount for these folks. So we need to acknowledge that Also, this is, in other courses that are open, you still pay, if you join Madison and the course gets shut down, they don't refund you, in those private courses. So, yes, I think providing some kind of measure of relief next year, is probably warranted, but it's not, I don't think, my recommendation is not going to be an extreme number.
Okay,
And,
Another thing I just wanted to bring up to the attention, when like another club that they charge a surcharge, like if they want to put a new irrigation system and like they did at Madison 2 years ago. So no, but they surcharged all the members, you know what I mean? A substantial number on top of their membership too. So I just
charge for something like this. This
No.
isn't fair.
No, I know. but
That's the
so-
point.
That's
That's the point. We're
Just the
not,
point. We're not doing that.
we're not doing.
But I mean,
Fix it.
but we can argue that Madison is private and this is municipal and the
Correct.
taxpayers are already putting, we're all funding it in some way, which I'm happy to do. And I love that we have it and I think it's great. But anyway, but you've answered my question. Thank you. Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
We're right in the midst of it. We're doing the fix now and it's gotta be done. I question whether or not we push to reopen it after we just spend 30 or 40,000 or whatever it is to fix something and then, for 2 weeks.
Is it worth it? Yeah.
Yeah, but, that said, I don't know, Mary Jo or the commission or whatever.
Okay.
Mary Jo, I'm sorry.
I can't get in trouble if you call me the wrong name.
Maybe me says. Anyway, I'm my concern, but I would love to see some numbers come budget time or whatever of what this hit really was. I mean, the losses of revenue, the reseeding, this work, and someday I would love to see.
Well, we'll definitely see it in the numbers.
Well,
What are we doing to conserve costs while the course is shut down? I mean, are people, no one's working, or what savings are there to kind of offset some of this?
The pro shop staff is all off, so there's 4 employees that aren't working.
Mhm.
Ted is a salaried employee, so
Right.
his continues. And there's still some maintenance that needs to be done, mowing and of those kinds, cleaning, blowing leaves. And there'll be more of that coming, right?
Correct.
Okay.
But
Okay,
maybe
so
less of it. So yes, there are some costs that are being avoided as a result of this. I don't think they're gonna come anywhere near
Yeah, no.
the revenue loss.
No.
Yeah. And again, I think that this is an unfortunate setback for us, but this team several years ago put a spotlight on the golf course, and rightfully so. And for the past several years, the golf course has basically been pretty close to covering its costs with the revenue. So the concerns that this was an activity that was being subsidized by all the taxpayers and not all of them used it. I think we've overcome that. And I recall Charles was leading the charge on this a few years ago, and
no, there's no question. We were all very optimistic and that things were going very well. And these things happen. I understand it. You gotta control the fix. They
So-
understand the fix.
right, and just so everyone, folks are aware, I've started a conversation with our insurance carrier, Kerma, to see whether or not we may be able to recover some of these costs because of the loss, it's like a flood in a building, all right? This just happens to be outdoors. If repair costs on something like that would probably have been covered by our insurance company. If it was in one of our buildings, I know it would be covered. Those kind of costs would be covered. So this may be the first Kermit gets asking for insurance coverage on a golf course, but let's see.
Well,
From a
that's-
revenue perspective, I'm sorry.
I just said that sounds hopeful. That's all.
Well, I just opened the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
They haven't even let me in yet, but I just
Okay.
opened the door.
Well, we explore all options, right?
Yes, yep.
No, it's good.
Revenue wise, thus far, for July and August, we're in the neighborhood of $110,000, which is probably 20,000 ahead of pace
From last year.
than we anticipated, so.
When you said ahead of pace, is that ahead of budgeted?
Yes,
Ahead of where we were last year.
we're ahead of where we were last year and wasn't factored in. We were factoring in like 45,000 a month for July, August, probably 40,000 for September. So, I mean, we've made up some of that already. Hopefully make up more of it in the spring. But I understand your point. Is it, you want to have people on the course too soon? And it caused damage to what we just invested a lot of money into. I understand that. And we have to watch that very carefully. We were hoping to start the process in early September. And then we found out we had to go
Then they
bid
came-
for all
And
this.
they came
and
to finance.
Then I got a reality check and says, don't do what you did last year. So
And Steve knocked on my door. Won't do that again.
so we learned. And therefore, we thought maybe we could open early October, mid-October, but everything's getting pushed back.
I would also think that keeping people off the greens as long as possible would be desirable.
Right now, yep.
All right,
I think chasing for a few dollars of revenue
it's probably not.
is probably not.
The risk reward is not one that comes out positive. All right,
So
other
when-
questions, Sue?
Yeah, when do you think that they will be, when did they say they could come out and start working on this?
I'm pretty sure he can start possibly next week. I didn't get a definite time frame from him. He's actually down in New Jersey working on a trunk course.
But he was able to come in a lot sooner than the other companies, if I remember.
Correct.
So we would have been waiting even longer with the other companies.
Stonehenge wasn't available till October 1st. I know that.
Okay,
All right,
so,
any other questions?
no,
Good, got anything?
Oh, I thought I heard Sue asking.
Okay.
no.
All right, so is there a motion to approve the awarding of two contracts? The first of which is to Aqua Turf, is that how they call it? It's Aqua Turf Irrigation in the amount of $19,800 and award the purchase of the sod from Winding Brook in the amount of $10,048 with an anticipated refund of a deposit in the amount of $720,000. Is there a motion?
I'll move it.
Second,
Second,
further comments or questions? Hearing none, let me try your minds. Selectwoman Renner,
I,
Selectwoman Ruoff,
aye.
those in the room? Aye, that motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen,
Thank you.
and with all due haste, let's get it rolling.
Got it.
Get it
Thank you
rolling.
very much.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Second,
all in favor?
aye.
I.
Everybody have a great Friday.
Thanks,
Thank
you
you.
too. You too.